Why should I use video as part of my pitch presentation? When you present, you have two key problems. One, how do you get the attention of the people in the room? The reason why this is such an important question is you can have done a huge amount of work just to get in the room, gone through the RFP submission process, perhaps if it's competitive, or even then, if it's an unsolicited proposal, you could have still done a lot of preparation, maybe some research, and you've earned the right to be in the room. But if you don't get their attention really quickly, we all know that people tend to make relatively snap judgments. And I'll go into this a little bit more in part 2 of this video. But I think we all instinctively know people make relatively snap decisions about what they hear. And so if you don't focus on that first few seconds, if you just see this as like we've got half an hour really to sell to them, no, you've got a few seconds and you can lose it in that time, which is why we've called our product 7 seconds to win, because it's yours to lose, if you like, in that first few seconds if you don't start strongly. And if you don't believe me, just imagine someone else coming in after you. Imagine how you'd feel at being in the room where somebody starts fairly boringly with a PowerPoint, a slide about them, blah, 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 who cares? And somebody else comes in with a really dynamic video presentation that talks about the client, about their problems and so on. Which would you kind of emotionally want to win? So that's the first problem solved. How do you get their attention? The second problem you've got is often that the people you're presenting to are not the decision makers. So how do you get your message to the decision maker when they're not there? And of course, you're the expert telling your story. You're now in these people's hands who are not the expert at telling your story to retell it over again, even if they think that you're the business and that they want to use you. So what you can do is put the video on one of these video brochures, and I cover what these are elsewhere in our videos. But this enables you to put a video on a physical piece of collateral as a leave behind in that meeting, and you make it very easy for the people in the room to share your core elevator pitch like a Trojan horse into the organisation with the key decision maker. So stay tuned for part 2 when I'm going to get a little bit more talking about emotions and the psychology of selling using video.